Howdy, and welcome to today's spooky story for Halloween. Yesterday I told you about seeing the shadow figure peeking his way up from the stairs, and that it was the first time that my husband and I acknowledged that we had both been seeing the same thing. We started to call that thing Peeker, and every time we would see him after that, we would talk about it, and we would acknowledge him and say, "Yeah, we see you, Peeker, we see you." But that was not the only thing that would come up out of those stairs, out of that stairwell. That house really liked to mimic things, and so we would frequently have situations where the house would mimic someone who lived in the house or mimic weird stuff. Stuff that was somewhat identifiable, but not in this world. So frequently we would have things like we could hear our son, our oldest son, who lived in the bedroom down in that family room area for a long time. We could hear him. He used to come running and bounding up the stairs like a teenager, young person would do. So that was a frequent occurrence for him. But there were often times when he wasn't there, when we would hear him come running, boom, 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 and jump partway up the steps and jump the other section. We heard him come running up the steps, and frequently we could hear him also calling out when that happened. The other thing that would happen there on those stairs is that we would see things like this. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Star Trek, the old Star Trek, The Trouble with Tribbles. You would walk, if you were in that house and you were walking from the living room to go toward the upstairs, you would turn left out of the living room, go past the downstairs into the family room that I've talked about a number of times. And as you would pass that, you would see something shoot up out of the stairs about the size of a Tribble. Here's a picture of what the Tribbles looked like on Star Trek, so you can get an idea of the size of the things that we were seeing come running up out of that stairway. And we would see these things, they would come running up out of the stairway, way too big to be like a mouse or a rat even. And we knew there weren't things like raccoons living there. They weren't the right color, first of all, what we saw. And they would come up out of those stairs and run up around and go up the stairway into the master bedroom area, which was really a haunted hotspot, that master bedroom area was. And that wasn't the only place that we saw strange creatures in that house. I can recall one time, at one point in time, down in the family room, we had my gym, and I had a weight bench that was just off to the right of the stairs when you look down the stairs into the family room. And it was somewhat dark down there, but you could see into that area because there was a light coming out of the bedroom that illuminated the family room area just a little bit. And we went to go past that area, my husband and I, and we watched what looked like a wolf, and it was not a small wolf, jump over that weight bench and land in the middle of the room. And when I stopped and went down into those stairs, there was nothing there. You would also, in that long hallway, from time to time, see animals running down that hallway that we had never owned. And we were the only people who had owned that house, so there was no reason for there to be animals there that we didn't own. And finally today, I'm going to talk about a couple of other things that happened there. You remember I told you earlier that we'd had a ghost hunting team come in to the house and do an investigation. Well, one of the things that we had complained about having paranormal activity there was that I would frequently see in the kitchen area from the living room, because it just had a bar and you could see into the kitchen, which will become important in a later story too, this big black mass. And that big black mass would form like probably 15 feet long and maybe 7 or 8 feet tall. And it would form and it would gel and coalesce, and then it would shoot off down that same hallway. The night that the ghost hunters came to our house, when they came up to see the incident with the closet, when they heard the closet, they looked down that hallway and could see that big black mass in the kitchen that I had been talking about to them. So if you like today's story, I am trying to get to 1,000 followers, so please hit the plus button. And if you like today's story, please also hit the like. And I will see you tomorrow. Have a great day. And have a spooky Halloween.